So of course this video was coming especially for this weekend. Of course I am quite the patriot who loves the older Queen, not really, but it's as good a time as any to kind of honour Queens of fragcom, if you like. Obviously just for this little video, it's just a bit of fun really, but the people chosen are all British based because that's where the Queen is, and she'll be coming out in alphabetical order-ish. Yeah, so it's not anything serious. But yeah. First up is Claire, Smurfy girl Claire. And these are just going to be quick and to the point. And what I've picked for Claire is Roger's 51, the eau de parfum. And the reason I've picked that particular one is one of Claire's favourite fragrances is My Insolence from Galan, which is this beautiful violet kind of fragrance. And ultimately 51, there's a bit more to it maybe. Obviously a bit smoother and a bit silkier, but it's ultimately a similar kind of thing. And I could have had so many for Claire, but the fragrances I've chosen are all ones I have that somehow relate to the person. So yeah, like I said, I'm keeping it brief and to the point. Roger's 51 for Claire Smurfy girl. Go check out her channel, it's fantastic. Learned a lot from Claire. I'm not going to go into all this blathering detail, so yeah, go check out her channel if you want. Next is Dr. Claire Smith, and she has a great channel here on YouTube as well. And what I've picked for her is Juice Box and Sirens and Sailors. And the specific reason I've picked that is because it's one of the first that, you know, when you swap samples and that, me and Claire kind of swapped, and it's one that she did actually seem to love. Not only that, she kind of had this most amazing way of describing it as a naughty party, which obviously intrigues us all as to what is a naughty party from our Dr. Claire, what goes on at her parties. But yeah, that's again, it's quite like Claire, it's quite sophisticated, it's fun, doesn't take things overly serious, and that again, not going to waffle on. So that is Sirens and Sailors from Juicebox for Claire. Next up is probably one of my oldest friends, as I always say, someone I probably talk about a bit too much, but she is absolutely fantastic, and that is our Marie Antoinette Clemence CC fragrances on here. And for her I've picked Honey Oud from Florist, and that's one that to be fair, that Clemence kind of influenced me to get. I've got the little one, but again, it's smooth, it's sophisticated, it's understated, it's got a little bit of cheekiness in it, it's really warm. It's Clemence in a bottle, isn't it? Again, no waffles. So for Clemence, who again, go check out, I mean, she's just got brilliant relatable videos and that. So Honey Oud from Florist. Next up, I've just realised should have been first, but you know me and my alphabet, and that's Chantel Tiffany on here. And what I've picked for her is Greedy Ore. It came from somebody I'll talk about later that we both love this fragrance, I think. But Greedy Ore is a lot like Chantel. It's kind of understated, it's just beautifully elegant, it's fun to wear, it's calm, it's relaxing, it brings you in, it's just really enjoyable, like Chantel's channel is. You can get a lot of information from it. Chantel is one of the few people I've met from this whole thing, and she's as lovely in real life as she is kind of on screen, and it was an absolute pleasure. It was like I'd known her for years. So yeah, for Chantel Tiffany is Greedy Ore. Next on the list is the other person I've met from fragcom, and that was with Chantel as well. And that is of course the wonderful Gabby, the fragrantician. Has a great channel again, kind of goes into more vintage stuff, just has a really warm, lovely personality. It's a lot of fun to be around. And then what I've picked for Gabby is La Prima from Milano Fragranzi, and this is one that obviously we all know about this. I absolutely adored this fragrance, and then Gabby ended up getting it as well, so it's obviously between us two there. But it's this beautiful, sweet osmanthus, peachy kind of thing, but with this little vintage nod about it. Lovely fur coat in your mind, and of course that is perfect for Gabby. So for Gabby, the fragrantician is Milano Fragranzi's La Prima. Next up is a kind of our Swiss, American, French, from all over the world, wonderful superstar Josephine, who is like queen of reels and queen of these snazzy, quick, fantastically edited, brilliant YouTube videos. Always a lot of fun, always to the point, always just really engaging with everyone, and just a pleasure to watch. And what I've gone for Josephine is Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium. And the reason I've gone for that is because our Josephine isn't the biggest fan of Black Opium. But it seems to be the fragrance that I'd say we have most in common, maybe for different reasons, but yeah, Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium for Jus de Rose. Next up is Lizzie Rose and Jones, and obviously Lizzie is probably kind of the closest friend I've made through this. Always somebody who's quite inspiring, puts up with me moaning continuously, and I mean, you think I moan. You don't hear much from me. Poor Lizzie has to put up with me moan literally all non-stop all the time. And what I've gone for Lizzie is Le Coster's Bouquet Encore, which we both love, and which is a kind of quite a special one to us both. We've both got it gifted to us for our birthday from kind of fragcom friends. So it's weird that we both got the same thing, but we both surprisingly love the fragrance, and there's not many you could say that about for us two, because our tastes tend to be really quite different. Anyway, so yeah, to the Queen, the Duchess Elizabeth, Lizzie Bett Rose and Jones is Le Coster Parfums. Now the next Queen is Mia, Fab Trends Mia. Again, if you've got to go check her out, like could call her the Queen of Bling. So much gold and red and everything everywhere. The most unbelievably bougie tasting fragrances, like all of these queens, to be fair. Mia is just a constant smile, and yeah, if you're feeling down and you want somebody to make you smile, I'd say go check out Mia's channel. And what I've picked for her, it took a long time to get there, is Mugler's Alien Essence Absolute, and it was through Mia that I ended up buying this fragrance, thankfully before it was discontinued. And it's just this beautiful, warm, gorgeous version of Alien. Nothing more to say about that really. She influenced me to buy it, so that's Fab Trends Mia and Mugler's Alien Essence Absolute. Next up, notice it's got all very dark around me, is Sam, My World of Fragrance Sam, who is quite scary to me sometimes, Sam, although she's actually really lovely. Her and my taste are miles apart, although I am very intrigued, and that's why I love her channel. I'm so intrigued by some of the stuff she smells, which is probably a bit much for me. My World of Fragrance Sam's kind of not into florals as much as me, soft, gentle, pretty florals, let's put it that way. So what I picked for Sam, I had to go through quite a lot of Sam's videos and posts to find one we did have in common, and that's Swedoff's Bohemian, which is one heck of a fragrance, and it makes an incredible impression. It's quite, you wouldn't think it suits me, but I think it does. It's this big, bold, boozy, leathery, bombastic, but sophisticated fragrance. If you smell, me and Sam walked past you and you wondered who was wearing it, I think you'd look at Sam first really. But yeah, for My World of Fragrance Sam is Bohemian from Sweden. And last but not least is somebody who's not been about for a while. I do hope she comes back. Probably the person of being a taste wise, humour wise, kind of ideas wise, and everything to bounce off each other quite well, is Sam Smells, our northern purple haired Smurf pixie lady. was just so much knowledge, such an incredible kind of collection, and yeah, it was just fantastic. And what I've picked for her is Sweet Redemption, which I think I may have influenced her slightly. We both loved Don't Be Shy and stuff, but Sweet Redemption, if you smell it, it's got that vibe, but it's the gothic dark sister, and again it's perfect for Sam's taste, and obviously I love it. So yeah, I'm not going to waffle on. Sam smells Sweet Redemption from Killian, and hopefully we'll get the fantastic Sam back, because she's very missed from YouTube and Instagram. Alright, thanks folks. That's it. It was just a very quick video, just a bit of fun, because it's Jubilee time, Jubilee weekend here. In respect for Her Majesty, I'm not going to make... in respect for the Lady Elizabeth Windsor and her long years, I'm not going to make any comment on what I think about that at all. Well, I think we all know. But anyway, it's a few days off for most people. It's nice to have a bit of a national celebration sometimes, isn't it? And it's a bit of positivity. So for that, we thank you. Yeah, what about you? Who do you think are the queens of fragcom? How would you send our queen? I suppose I should have said our queen, shouldn't I? Let me think. Alright, I literally, at this distance I've walked, I've thought about this. I should have thought about this earlier, shouldn't I? I will send Queen Elizabeth II with Chanel number 5, because it's an establishment. It's been around for a very long time. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but you can't deny that it's been around for a long time. As a Republican, I don't want to say anything more on that matter. But it's a very classy, sophisticated fragrance that, like I say, some love, some don't. And hats off to the Queen, and happy Jubilee. And of course, this is celebrating all them fine queens of fragcom, who are quite marvellous and a great part of this whole journey. Alright folks, thanks then. Well, how would you scent the Queen as well? Right, bye.